I didn't realize how fortunate I was. I could turn around and give that to another you. I was exposed to so many things at a young age. I had great men that saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. But you never understand that your story can make a difference in someone else's life, especially someone that looks like us. Yeah, so me being in unk status, there's only so much that I can do or say whatever with someone your age. Oh man, he's only a few years old. But that was the same thing for me.
All right, so welcome to another episode of the Phase Knowledge Podcast. I'm here with one of my mentors, Johnny Ferris. Johnny Ferris. I just got one question for you. Why Safe and Sound Hillsborough County? Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay.
You said exactly correct. Honestly, man, I really had no idea that all my years of being in the military that I could turn around and give that to another you. Yeah. So I kind of honestly just fell into it and everything. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize that all my connections in the military, I can use that to help the youth out here in the Tampa Bay area.
My mentor in Little Rock, Arkansas, I call him often. I actually called him the other day. And it was a program that I went to when I was younger. And it's the OK program, Our Kids program for young black males to actually learn from black males about success, life, and so on and so forth. And that's why I shared with you, even though I was raised from a single parent household, my mom, she raised 3 us by herself, but a boy has to learn from a man. She did. Now, I'm not taking nothing from her. I'm taking nothing from my mama, but my mama did a phenomenal job. But when I start to see what you was doing with these kids and being the example for them, I was like, oh man, I gotta get behind it because a lot of people don't have that example to follow.
Yeah. So you know what? Honestly, I didn't realize how fortunate I was growing up. Not only was I a military brat, but with me being a military brat, my father was always there. Mm-hmm. So there was never. I guarantee you right now, I could probably pull up my phone right now and call my dad and everything. So with me just having my father always in my life, and then me being a military brat, I was exposed to so many things at a young age. Like I was in Germany when it was East and West Germany. So like I was actually in Germany when it was, 2 different countries and stuff. And I can remember going like in 3rd and 4th grade, I'm going on field trips to castles. So like that was the life I lived. Like I went to Luxembourg. People don't probably know where that country is, but I went to Luxembourg in the 4th grade. So my life, I never realized I had a privileged life growing up. And now that I've been separated from the military for the past 11 years, the life I lived, it was a very, very privileged life I had. So the only thing I see I can do now is try to expose these young men that I come in contact with to let them know, like, hey, there's a bigger world out here than what you see.
And I had the pleasure. You let me come down and talk to them. And one thing that I saw is that these kids had hope. When they see somebody that looks like them, they have hope. But I didn't understand like the importance of hope or what hope looked like or what success looked like. Or what I did recognize is that when a black man shows up for a young black man, that young black man will eventually be successful.
Yes, and that's the thing I had my entire life. Whether it was my father or when I joined the military, I had great black men to guide me along the way. I didn't realize that that's what was going on at the time when they were like, hey, Ferris, and they would get on me. If they didn't care, then they wouldn't have said anything to me. So now I understand that that's all that was happening to me my entire life, that I had great men that saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself at that time. And they were like, hey man, you don't need to be doing this. Hey, this is how this should go. So I'm very fortunate that now I'm in a place that now I can turn around, and when I meet someone, they be like, oh, well, I want to do this. I like, oh, you know what? Hold on. I know this person from the military. They went through this. Mm-hmm. I know, what I'm saying? Everybody, did you come in contact with the military? Y'all have a different background. So like, it's a way that I might not be able to relate to them, but I can tap you and be like, hey, this young brother right here, he knows what you're going through. And the fact that you're younger. Mm-hmm. I never realized that I'm in unk status now. So so me being in unk status, there's only so much I can do or say whatever with someone your age. Oh man, he's only a few years old. But that was the same thing for me. I remember seeing the older GIs. They was only like 18, 19, 20 years old. I'm like, man, you out here doing that. Now I understand all that served a purpose. I hope that kind of answered your question in a long way.
It did. You just made me think about the terminology unk. I got called unk one time. How you doing? So we coming up on the 5 minutes. We at the Temple Business Expo. You walked in. You know what to expect. What is your biggest takeaway so far?
Just to make connections and everything. I realize now some people might understand that, hey, I don't see how I can contribute, but you never understand that your story can make a difference in someone else's life, especially someone that looks like us. Because there was a youth, I never forget him saying that I never saw a black man in a suit that wasn't on TV. And I've been seeing that my entire life. So just exposing these young brothers to a world that they never seen before, you know, it's the greatest feeling in the world. And if I meet somebody here, obviously I ran into you, I didn't expect this, but anybody I come in contact with, I just want to let them know, like, hey, we can all make a difference out here.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Last question. What was your biggest takeaway while being on the Failures Knowledge podcast?
Hold on, say that again, please.
What was your biggest takeaway while being on the Failures Knowledge podcast?
Then I'm proud that I got to meet you. I got to meet you and there's young brothers out here like you that are willing to make a difference. That can teach me, someone that's in unk status, something.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.